Welcome to Deep Thoughts on Promotion and Tenure Portfolios. To begin, we need to acknowledge the key assumption that the Otterbein community and our faculty value transparency, including transparency in our professional self-policing. Furthermore, we recognize that we communicate most clearly what we value by what we evaluate and how we evaluate. So, when we apply the principles of transparency in learning and teaching, we find that the faculty manual provides a description of the self-reflective nature of portfolios and its practical importance for faculty employment. The manual also provides guidelines for showcasing teaching, scholarship and creative works, and advising and service within the portfolio, including a specific protocol for submission. Unfortunately, the manual lacks a clear and comprehensive outline for how their portfolio is evaluated. Once the portfolio has been submitted, how do committee members assess our work? What goes on between turning it in and receiving a decision? One part of the how that is critical to the evaluation process is what are the relative weights of teaching, scholarship, and service? This is a black box for faculty evaluation. Is there an agreed upon system of weights? If there are commonly understood or assumed weights, then those weights should be made explicit and discussed at faculty assembly, allowing faculty to vote on endorsement of the weights, and if approved, the weights should be included in the faculty manual. If the faculty determine those assumed weights are inappropriate, or if there is no true common understanding of the weights, then it may be time to consider a sliding scale approach to portfolio evaluation. This would be a new approach to building and evaluating faculty portfolios for tenure and promotion. As an experimental balloon, let's float the following idea. Suppose that a candidate submits their portfolio and the individual can choose a weight of between 40 and 60% for teaching, between 20 and 30% for scholarship and creative work, and between 10 and 30% for service, with the total from the sliding scale reaching 100%. So if we take the minimum weights for each of the three categories, we're left with 30% of adjustable weight. Based on the strength of evidence within the portfolio, a faculty member may choose to emphasize teaching, or they may choose to emphasize service, or the faculty member may opt for a relatively balanced weighting. The central purpose for revising the description of portfolios in the faculty manual is to empower individuals with more control over the weighting of teaching, scholarship, and service. Foregoing a one-size-fits-all approach rewards a faculty member's strengths, provides agility to leverage expected or unexpected responsibilities, and acknowledges the evolving nature of faculty work. As a byproduct, in some ways, this mechanism also helps to honor the interests of the individual. To be clear, however, the sliding scale is not meant to partition an individual's workload, where a faculty member chooses where they will invest their time in the future. Crystal ball projections may or may not provide expected results, and portfolios are a place to showcase evidence. Furthermore, the approach is not meant to provide a mechanism for balancing workload across a department. Just as whatever current hidden weights are used when evaluating portfolios, this system is not meant to create work distributions among a set of faculty. To demystify this how of evaluation, regardless of whether Faculty Assembly adopts a universal standard of weights or a sliding scale approach. Relative weights, or the process of weighting, should be made public so that it can be used as a guide for those creating portfolios and can serve as an assessment metric for those who are responsible for evaluating portfolios. And this concludes our first episode of Deep Thoughts on Promotion and Tenure Portfolios.